This is July 14th, 1981, and I'll be talking with Dan Fry, of Florence, who used to live in Killeen, and he worked for the Hudson Hotel, and while he was there in 1932, he met Bonnie and Clyde, the desperados.
Well, I think I was about 11.
And how come you to be working at the...
Well, my grandparents run the hotel.
Oh, did?
Oh, yeah.
Who were your grandparents?
George Balkman. And
Huh?
see, they bought the Hudson Hotel from Dr. Hudson in July of 32. And we had been there about 4, 5, 6 months when Clyde Burr and Bonnie Parker come in through there. And somebody, they heard there in Killeen that they were going to rob the bank. So we got to looking, and everybody was closing their doors and everything, wondering what was going to happen. And they drove up and drove into the hotel yard, and they wanted a room. So my mother carried them upstairs to a room, and they got a room, room number 7. It was between the front and the back stairs. And she told them that she'd bring them some ice water or have it brought up there. So, well, took a picture of ice water up to them. And then a little later, I went back up and carried some coal oil up to put in the coal oil heater for the bathroom. Take bath. And I filled it up, and when I filled it up and stepped out of the bathroom, well, he hollered at me. Wanted me to, well, you know, if I'd run an errand for him. Yeah, I'll run an errand for him. That's what I'm here for. And he said, well, we want some cigars and some cigarettes and some soda water.
Huh.
So he gave me the money to go get the cigarettes and the soda water and the cigars. And I went over to Norman Brothers. I bought the White House cigars, and I bought Lucky Strike cigarettes, and I bought them some Dr. Pepper and Coke. And I carried back over there, and when I knocked on the door, he opened the door, and then he took everything and set it in there, and then he wait a minute, kid. So, whenever he said, wait a minute, well, I kind of glanced in the room a little bit. Well, they had their guns laying out on the darn bed.
Oh, what kind of guns did they have?
Well, they had a couple of Thompson submachine guns, and a shotgun, or 2 shotguns. They had 2 pump shotguns, and a couple of revolvers and some pistols.
Good Lord, an arsenal.
They really had an arsenal, and they had been cleaning them up because they just shine like a brand new dollar. And they come in there in a 30, with a brand new 32 Ford, and it was a 2-door.
A coupe, huh?
No, it was a 2-seated car, but it was a 2-door car. And that day, well, everything went off pretty good. And, so next, well, they came down and eat. And
they eat with everybody, or were they all
they were late to coming in, and they come down and eat in the dining room, all right. Well, we had everything, on the table ready for them and everything.
But was there anybody else to eat with them?
Well, there was one or two that eat with them, but you know, they never thought about who they was or anything. I didn't either.
Oh, you didn't, you really, at that point didn't know who
At that
they were.
point, I didn't know who they really were. And,
were they good? Was she a good looking woman?
oh gosh, yeah, she was a pretty one.
Describe her, can you describe her?
Well, she was, I don't know whether she was, had peroxide in her hair, or whether she is a blonde or not, but she was, or whether she had a wig on. But she was blonde headed, but she was
They described
pretty
her
woman.
as
She was
having the
built.
little red lights in her hair.
And she was really built.
Oh, was she?
Oh gosh, yeah, she was built up.
Was she a very,
And she
was she a small woman? Or?
She was about 5'2" or 3", something like that. Weighed about 120 pounds.
Mm.
And he looked like, oh, I guess he looked maybe like he was about 5'8" or 9", maybe, and was real good looking.
Oh, was he?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he talked, you know, kind of like we're talking now, but whenever he wanted me to go after his. So the next morning, before I went to school, he asked me if I'd go get him more cigarettes. And in bed, I'll go get them. So I went over and got cigarettes, gone back over, went to school, and I reckon mother carried their dinner to them in the room, right? They, you know, were kind of, he was about eating dinner with everybody. So, and that, whenever she told me that, well, it made me start thinking. So after I saw the guns and everything, well, I started thinking about who they were.
Had you all heard about them?
And, well, I'd heard that they were coming through and they expected them to rob the bank and kill him.
Who was the marshal then?
And I think D. Phelan and Fred Blair was a city marshal and the constable.
Oh.
Well, when they come into town, you couldn't find either one of the law there. Well, they bound to left town, or they went home and stayed home all week. But you couldn't find either one of them.
How long did they stay at that?
And they stayed there 2 days and 2 nights. And before they stayed all day, I went to town for them twice. And each time I went to town for them, they give me $1.
That was pretty big money.
Boy, that's real money. So, when they got ready to leave, or before they got ready to leave, I went and bought them a 6-pack of soda water. And I guess you call it a 6-pack anyhow. I got them half dozen. We didn't have what you call 6-packs then, but that's what I got them, a half dozen soda water. And I bought 12 White Owl cigars and 6 packages of cigarettes. And I carried it up to them, and I give that to them, and they give me $1 for going after that. And then I went to school. Then after they left, we got to hearing about Clyde Bear and Bonnie Parker, you know. Boy,
then you knew
and I got to thinking, well, what in the world is going on here? I said, I'm going to go up there and see if I can find out anything. But I went up that room, and you couldn't find nothing. You couldn't find out to tell who they were, save your neck. They didn't even leave a rag that they'd been cleaning their guns with.
Oh, Lord, they were just flat and gone.
Yeah. And my mother would go up and clean up the room, and she didn't find any papers or anything. And the soda water bottles that I carried up there, they didn't even have any fingerprints on them but mine.
My gosh, isn't that amazing? Huh. Well,
But they stayed there at the hotel and eat 3 meals both days that they stayed there, and eat breakfast before they left. And then they left after I went to school.
well, trying to find this in the 30s, 32.